What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be recapping UFC 306, UFC Noche. Starting off with that main event, Merab Dvalishvili defeats Sean O'Malley by a unanimous decision. Now, this fight was a typical Merab fight, spamming takedowns. Honestly, his movement was kind of impressive because he avoided almost all the big shots of Sean O'Malley, who's typically like your stereotypical sniper. But Merab, the Goblin himself, got it done. And Herb Dean in this fight, what was he doing? Telling Marab to work, stopping the fight for the glove grab, which I guess was good. And then what else did he do? He just kept like stopping the fight, and he told Marab not to talk to Tim Welch on the side that right at the beginning of the fight. But yeah, this fight, Sean O'Malley looked flat. He looked like he didn't want to be there. I think at one point Tim Welch in the corner even said like, "It's one more round and we can get out of here, buddy." So he knew he was gonna lose. So that was quite embarrassing. But Sean O'Malley wasn't that impressive on the feet. Merab just pressured him for 5 rounds, attempted submissions, beat him up on the ground, took him down maybe 6, 7 times. I don't remember how much. Um, Maybe you can give O'Malley 1 round, but I say it's 50-45. Honestly, I think Merab won every round. And yeah, Merab, the decisionator, decision machine, is now the champion at 135, and he wants to fight Davison Figueiredo, but I think he should fight Umar. And Umar versus him would be very intriguing. But yeah, Sean O'Malley, striking looked not the best. He looked slow. Not slow, but like he looked tentative, obviously, because he was afraid to get taken down and beat up by Merab the whole fight. But, I mean, when you're fighting Merab, you should know there's no knockout threat, there's no submission threat. He's just going to kind of maul you and have you on the ground and kind of do his thing. So, yeah, Merab beat Sean O'Malley 50-45. I think two of the judges gave it 48-47, but it was 50-45. Come on, dude. What round did Sean O'Malley win that you were convinced of? Yeah. Sean O'Malley arguably also lost to Petr Yan, so maybe he should have never been champ, but Merab is champ. I don't mind it. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that fight. Moving on to Valentina Shevchenko and Alexa Grasso. Now, Valentina at 36 turns the tide and dominates Alexa Grasso from start to finish. Not the most exciting fight. I mean, the whole main card was all decisions, by the way, if you didn't watch. Unanimous decisions, split decisions, decisions all across the board. No finishes. So that was kind of disappointing. In the sphere, you would hope to see the fighters get a finish. But Valentina Shevchenko in the trilogy dominates Alexa Grasso. Not that surprising, to be honest. I mean, surprising, but not surprising. Because the first fight, Valentina was winning, but made a mistake and got submitted. The second fight, it was a draw, but Valentina thought she won. So I did say Grasso would beat her by unanimous decision, but I'm not super surprised that Valentina got it done. Just controlling her on the ground. Alexa Grasso did attack submissions quite a bit in this fight, but it wasn't enough. Valentina just stayed ahead the whole time. Pretty much won every round. I think also 50-45. And yeah, I think Valentina should fight Mian Fiorot next, and Alexa Grasso maybe fight Rose Namajunas. I don't know. But yeah, that was a good fight. Kind of boring though. 5 rounds of just smudge grappling from Valentina. Solid striking, I guess, before the takedowns. But yeah, moving right along. Diego Lopes versus Brian Ortega. Now, Diego Lopes almost immediately dropped Brian Ortega in the first round. And yeah, dropped him to the ground, pounced on him, tried to get a submission to prove a point, I guess. Like, I guess he wanted to prove that he can submit Brian Ortega, but he wasn't able to. But either way, he dominated Brian Ortega. Brian Ortega's chin must be made of the same thing that Cheeto's chin is made of, because this dude got hit with some absolute hammers and he didn't go down. He just kept pushing forward, kept coming, but it wasn't enough. I think Diego Lopes is better on the feet. Maybe Ortega's a better pure submission grappler, but Diego Lopes was better on the feet, more powerful, so he was able to crack Ortega with quite a few shots and win the fight. I mean, he also had really damaging leg kicks to Ortega. Ortega was struggling to walk with whelps on his leg by the second and third round. He also busted his eye open. So yeah, Ortega was banged up, but he kept coming. Respect made it to a decision. He just got dominated, in my opinion. So Diego Lopes, man, that's tough. Maybe you do him versus the winner of Movsar and Aljamain, and for Brian Ortega, I don't know what you do with him. Have him fight Josh Emmett. They never fought him and Josh Emmett. Um, but yeah, it was an entertaining fight back and forth. Diego just banged him up pretty much the whole fight en route to a unanimous decision, 30-27. Brian Ortega didn't do nothing. I think Brian Ortega is past his prime at this point. I don't think he does much more besides just hang around the top 10 maybe. But yeah, good fight, really entertaining. Diego Lopes takes it by unanimous decision. Moving on, Esteban Ribovics versus Daniel Zellhuber. Now this was fight of the night easily. This fight was insane, start to finish. It was actually very entertaining, just back and forth, banging it out. It looked like Zellhuber was up, and then Ribovics cracked him. I think it was in the third round, maybe with like a really hard shot, and he goes down, but he gets back up, and then Ribovics lands like a freaking 50 punch combination. It seemed like, but Zellhuber stayed up, made it to the bell. Respect. But this was easily the most entertaining fight on the card. Back and forth the whole time, just really entertaining. I'd watch it again to be honest. I did have Daniel Zellhuber. I predicted him to win, but I agree that Ribovics should have been given a decision. Just the damage he put out and that almost finishing him in the third round, I believe it was, slugging it out on the feet. The first two rounds were closer, but the third round was a clear win for Esteban Ribovics. So yeah, I think that fight is fight of the night easily. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that fight. So moving on to the last fight on the main card. Only going to be covering the main card today. The rest of the card was eh. Raul Rosas Jr.'s win was eh. But yeah, Ronaldo Roderiguez versus Ode Osbourne. Now Ode Osbourne's trash. He shouldn't be in the UFC anymore. I think he's 4-6 in the UFC. So Ronaldo Roderiguez struggling and getting dropped in the first round, and I don't want to say nearly submitted, but threatened by submissions. That wasn't the best look. And then in the second round, he dominated the grappling and he hit Ode with some good ground and pound. His transitions were a bit sloppy, but he did nearly get a submission at one point. But Ode survived. So I think you can give Ode maybe a 10-8 in the first, and then you give Roderiguez a 10-8 in the second. But then in the last round, I think you give it to Ronaldo Roderiguez, and they did. He won by unanimous decision. But you give that last round to Ronaldo because although he got taken down a couple times, he won the striking exchanges. He landed the harder shots. So yeah, I think him by unanimous decision was fair. Ode Osbourne cut him from the UFC. Not good. 12-8 is his record. I mean, what is he doing? You can't beat Ode Osbourne, which Ronaldo Roderiguez did struggle. So I don't know if Roderiguez would do anything special in the UFC, but nonetheless, it was entertaining. I enjoyed it. The back and forth, the 10-8 round in the first for Osbourne, and then Ronaldo coming back to get potentially a 10-8 in the second. That was very entertaining, and then see him come back and win the third. But yeah, that was pretty much it for UFC Noche. All decisions, so no finishes on the main card, which was a bit disappointing. I was hoping to see O'Malley sleep Merab, but it didn't happen. Merab did his thing and spam takedowns and spam cardio for 5 rounds, and yeah, that's my thoughts on the fight. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, and yeah, thank you for watching.